Alrighty, so the system that I set up to do this was I have my document camera over here, and it is connected to my computer, which is then connected to my TV, and my TV is sitting in front of my phone, and my phone is recording the presentation. Alright, here's my portfolio. And this is Rebecca Forster. My plan to change the world, one class at a time. It's my picture of me and as one of the newest, loudest, proudest members of the Fightin' Texas Aggies. My address and phone number again. In my TECA 1311 class, we had to do a get to know me slideshow. So I printed some of the slides from that just to put in as like a get to know me part of my portfolio, a little bit about my husband, my kids, where I've been, where I'm at now, some of my experiences as working with children, teaching children how to sew, and working at Parents Day Out programs and the such. Here is my credentials page and my coming soon Aggie transcript. I have my tech transcript. I don't have my official blend transcript, but I do have this page that has kind of where I've marked classes that I have taken, either at tech or at blend, classes I'm planning on taking in the spring, and things like that. Some of my official letters, I actually have one more to put in here, but I need to pick it up from Bonham. This is my first project. I know it's kind of small, but it was, it shows my purpose and my vision and from my mission statement for my classroom. And I think it's potential. I picked it because I think it's a potential employer, like a principal, would appreciate knowing what my vision for my classroom would be. Divider number 1, cover sheet. So I picked this project, it was an ELE I wrote because it reinforces my mission and it further develops my vision for creating a safe and healthy and learning environment. I also threw in Maslow's hierarchy of needs because I feel like it's very important, especially working in a district where there's just under impoverished families and things like that. So wanted to have that handy. The next tab, next cover sheet. This project was one I did for my TECA 1311. Our professor asked us to plan and design a developmentally appropriate lesson for 4-year-old children. I picked it because it's a good reflection of my planning skills and it's a good fit for this competency standard. It was inspired by my observations that I made in Ms. Thompson's pre-K class. I threw in some Bloom's taxonomies, another tab, self-social guidance, cover page, another lesson plan that we had to make for my TECA 1311 class. It was an assignment. I chose this one because it talks about bullying and just being socially aware and self-aware of our words and our actions and how they affect those around us. And I thought this was a good fit for this tab. I did another tab, another cover sheet. I picked this ELE as my next project because I thought it was a great combination of things that I've learned in my classes, as well as things that I've picked up through my observations. Listening to families and parents is crucial, and it's one of the first ways that you can begin to build trust and establish good relationships. I chose it because it shows my goals for connecting with my families. Sorry, I forgot to make a shadow. Another tab, another cover sheet. I picked this. It was just a simple an article review that we had to do for my TECA 1311 class. It shows how I value play-based classrooms and why I choose to do or want to do play-based classrooms one day. Oh my goodness, not being able to breathe makes it hard to talk. Another tab, another cover sheet. Coming soon. I didn't really find anything that I felt like could fit behind this tab. Another tab, another cover sheet. So this project goes along with the lesson plan that I did for the DAP for 4-year-olds. It's a graduated center, and so it kind of moves and develops with the children. It's got hands-on materials, little acorns, pom-poms, things like that, things that they can actually touch and feel and pick up with their fingers. The first level, you sort them, then you begin to count them, then you begin to count them into 10 frames, then you begin to add them together into 10 frames. Then later you want to be able to check what they're doing, so you have a page where they can like cut out pictures and glue them on with a glue stick to kind of show the different cards that they've done. So there's different ideas to put in there, and then these are all the hard copies and the masters. So there's all of the flashcards and recipe cards, the master for the cut and count, and then here's what you would print, and they could, cut, out 3 apples and 2 flowers and, 4 acorns or whatever. And I made these because I feel like they can be glued simply to like these little discs, some kind of a wooden disc, and they can be like Mod Podged on there, and it's something that's affordable and easy to send home. Even if you just cut them out and laminated them in cardstock, you could send them home for kids to practice at home, and if they don't come back, well, it's not the end of the world. You're not losing, manipulatives or anything like that. Another divider, another cover sheet, and so I have 2 reflections that I picked from just writing in my time observations. And so my first artifact for observing in Ms. Thompson's class was that she had the kids using Q-tips and paint, and they like took and filled in these little dots that made their names. And I thought it was really cool because it works with their fine motor skills and encourages them and strengthens that. And then in Ms. Vestal's class, she used a radial timer, and I thought it was amazing. I loved the visual concept that it gave for preschoolers to be able to kind of see their time go down, and they knew when it started getting to the last circle that it was time to clean up. And I think it was just a great visual. And so I made a note of that because it really stood out to me, and I can't wait to use it in a classroom one day. And then I have 2 more tabs for future sections, and that is the end of my portfolio.